Yeah, I mean, I've been making this point frequently over the last few weeks. It's like the whole protect the crowd or protect the kids crowd. MAGA has been screaming that since 2016, going all the way back to Pizzagate. And then all the Q stuff with the Cabal. I mean, the Pizzagate thing was Hillary Clinton, in the pizza shop, in the basement of a pizza shop, and adrenochrome and frazzle drip and all of that stuff. And some MAGA guy showed up with a gun and fired a gun at the pizza shop, which doesn't have a basement. And then Donald Trump was going to bring down the cabal with all the Q stuff, and the cabal was all Democrats and lefty Hollywood types and Bill Gates and George Soros. And, I mean, with regard to the Epstein list, the point that I've been making is that the Protect the Crowd MAGA or Protect the Kids MAGA crowd doesn't care about the victims. They care about the perps because they think all the perps are on the left. And now we've got Donald Trump and an entire administration of sex pests who've assaulted women, allegedly, who have raped women, allegedly. I mean, the perfect example of this is the Laken Riley Act. Laken Riley was a young woman who was horrifically and tragically murdered. The only reason that we know her name nationwide is because of who killed her. She was killed by an undocumented immigrant. And that's why Republicans made her famous and put her name on legislation, even though her family has been begging Republicans to stop doing shit like that. They did that not because she was murdered. They did that because they care about the perp. The perp was an undocumented immigrant. For a decade, MAGA cared about Pizzagate because of who the perp was, allegedly, Hillary Clinton and Democrats. They cared about the Q cabal because of who the perps were, allegedly, people on the left. They've been sold a bill of goods for the last several years about Epstein's client list being populated exclusively by people who were on the left. Democrats, elected Democrats, lefty Hollywood types, Bill Gates, George Soros. The cabal list from Q just carried on right over to the Epstein client list. Meanwhile, Donald Trump's name appears multiple times in the Epstein files as corroborated by his own Department of Justice. They've redacted his name from the Epstein files because it appeared so many times. They do not care about the victims. They say they do, but they only do because they care about who they think the perps are, because they want the perps on the left. When they voted for the main perp, they elected him. He's in the White House now, and he ordered his DOJ to redact his name from the Epstein files because it appeared in the Epstein files so many times that it took 1,000 FBI agents 3 weeks working around the clock, combing through the Epstein files to find everywhere that it appeared because it appeared so many times. Protect the kids. They elected Donald Trump, Jeffrey Epstein's best friend for 15 years. They could give two shits about victims. They only care about the perps. And they only care about the perps if they're undocumented immigrants or Democrats.